Today we go to the second class of meditation. We call meditation on foundness, Supabhavana. Supabhavana. So just near the beginning of chapter 9. So, this one, meditation on foundness. So, foundness here refer to the 10 kinds of corpses, human corpses, which were found in ancient Indian cemeteries, where dead bodies were not buried or cremated, and these bodies were eaten by animals such as the dogs, the wolves, the vultures, etc. So during the time of the Buddha, especially when people died, they just took the corpse to the cemetery and threw it away there. So they don't make any ceremony or something like this because his body is worthless and his died is worthless, useless. So they just throw it in the cemetery. So as there are many dogs and wolves that eat the carcasses or the corpses, so we have 10 kinds of corpses. Now, why did the Buddha he teach this meditation? To meditate on the foundness of a corpse is very disgusting. So people would not like to do it actually. So the benefit is very good. The benefit is very good. So we say that we are as warriors, as a rule, very strongly attached to our body as well as to others' bodies by lust, raga. So lust, raga is the same as lobha, the craving, the same thing. And it is a strong type of craving when we say lust. Now it is the worst enemy among the 5 hindrances that we call internal enemies. On this lobha, the sense desire or lust, it is the worst. Now the best way to suppress this lust and the best remedy to cure the raga disease, and we also compare this raga with an ogre. So the best the weapon to defeat that last the raga, ogre, is this meditation that we call Supabhavana, meditation on foundness. And during the Buddha's time, it was made a standard or compulsory meditation subject for all the new monks. So soon after they were ordained, their teachers should teach them how to undertake this meditation, and they had to go to the cemetery to do this meditation. Even now it is included in the 4 we call meditation subjects, which is served as guardians or protectors. So they are called Chatura Rekha Kamatana, 4 guardian meditations for protecting ourselves from internal and external dangers. So the internal dangers, you should understand, they are those defilements, the roots of all suffering, the roots of all evil actions, and the main cause that send us to the woeful state. And then also the external dangers. External dangers like the wicked person, and even like the ghosts, the ogres, and even the wild animals that can cause harm to you. So they will protect you. Now the 10 kinds of corpses are described here, and we shall read later. Dr. Jessica translated. Oh, translator. Good, let me translate.
Đúng rồi, chấp nhận lễ hội 其實咧喺佛陀嘅時代咧，佢哋處理屍體方法咧就同我哋現代人唔同嘅。咁因為佢哋覺得個屍體係冇用啦，咁所以就係會就咁放去一啲新嘅啲墳場嗰度啦。咁就有得擺喺度就俾即係其他嘅動物，例如狗啊、狼啊、中英等等咧去食嘅。咁即係咁，所以咧其實喺佛陀嘅時代咧，佢咧就佢就教我哋咧有10種方法嚟去觀察呢個屍體嘅。咁點解咁做咧？因為個原因咧係我哋對我哋嘅身體咧都會有一種好大嘅執着嘅，而呢種執着咧就嚟自raga， 即係慾望嚟自慾望嘅。咁而所以咧要呢個 raga 咧，其實亦都係我哋喺我哋嚟講咧係最大嘅敵人嚟嘅，喺內在嘅敵人。咁所以咧要處理呢個方法咧，就要用呢個不淨觀嘅方法去而呢個不淨觀咧，佢係喺佛陀時代咧，係所有嘅出家人咧都係必修嘅必須要收集嘅一個處理嘅。咁佢哋咧就所以出家咧都要去呢個佛場嗰度咧去觀察呢啲嘅屍體嘅。咁而呢個不淨觀咧係其實係對我哋嚟講係一個保護嘅。咁佢哋咧亦都係4護衛禪之中嘅其中一樣嚟嘅。咁佢係保護我哋受到內在啦，即係例如頭先講嗰個慾望 raga 嗰個啦，或者係外在嘅危險嘅。外在嘅危險就包括係譬如有壞人啊、夜叉啊、鬼啊、野獸啊等等嘅。
So let us read together the 10 kinds of corpses described here. So, Abhidhamma rotten and bloated corpse. Continue. Vinilaka, discolored corpse which becomes brownish black. Vipumbaka, one with cracked skin and pus oozing out. Vichedaka, so one corpse which has been cut into 2 or 3 pieces. Vikayitaka, so a corpse which has been gnawn or bitten and mangled by dogs, vultures, etc. Vikayitaka, one which has been bitten and scattered into pieces by dogs, vultures, etc. And then Hata Vikitaka, so a corpse which has been mutilated and cut by knife, axe, etc. and thrown away as fragments. Lohitaka, a bloody corpse. Uluwaka, worm-infested corpse. And Atika, a skeleton. Which one do you like? So you can choose any one. If you can meditate on any one corpse, then if you can develop the first jhana, you have to go up to the first jhana. Then we say you are successful in this meditation.
好啦，咁教授咧就頭先同我哋啱啱咧就數晒呢10種屍體嘅種類啦。咁其實呢10種咧就包括係有呢個膨脹相啦，咁即係話膨脹嘅屍體啦，青魚相即係青魚嘅屍體啦，溶爛相即係佢溶爛咗嘅，斷壞啦，即係切開咗斷咗幾塊咁樣，斷壞相啦，食殘相，咁即係俾人食剩嘅，散血相就係即係又係散到四圍都係啦，斬砍離散相，咁又係即係被人切斷啊，斬過佢咁樣嘅，有血塗相啦，即係個好多血咁樣啦喺個屍首度， 有蟲聚相啦，已經充滿晒蟲啦、骸骨相，咁就即係淨係得啲骨㗎啦。咁教授就問我哋喜歡邊一種啦？咁即係其實重點就係話能夠收呢個不淨觀咧，係可以收到去禪那嘅。
So all the 40 types of meditations, the way how to meditate them, they are described in detail in the Visuddhi method. So now I just tell you briefly how we do it or how it should be done. So first you should learn the meditation in detail from the teacher. Then you have to find a suitable cause. So a man should meditate only on a male cause, and a woman should meditate on a female cause. So usually they have to go to the cemetery. So make friends with the god in that cemetery and ask him the kind of cause that you wanted to meditate. For example, if you want to say to meditate on the Abhidhamma, the rotten blooded corpse. So he would show you where such a corpse is in that cemetery. So you have to go to see that corpse and the surroundings of the corpse, the way how to come to that place. And you should come alone when there are no people, very less people in the cemetery. So it's very frightening actually. And usually, before you do this meditation, you have to do other meditation first. Just like the Four Guardian meditation we say. So the Four Guardian meditation consists of that Buddha state we are going to describe very soon. So reflecting on the virtue of the Buddha. So that is one of the best meditation to come to protect you. So as you are scared with the ghost there, so if you meditate on this, so you become the bold and courageous, not afraid of the ghost. So that is reflecting on the virtue of the Buddha. So you have to reflect on that so that you attain a certain concentration. The best is if you can attain up to like the neighborhood concentration. That will be the best actually. Then while you go to the cemetery, you reflect it on the way. Reflect on that meditation. So that is, you are also going together with the Buddha, going to the Buddha there. So when you get to the cause, so you should stand by the side of the cause, about the middle of his body, and not too far and not too close, they say. So it's too far, you cannot see clearly about the disgusting nature of the cause. It's very close, it will be smelled too wet and you may be frightened. So not too far and not too close, about 2 feet, 3 feet, something like that. Then you have to look in detail about the disgusting nature of that cause. From head to toe, to head, so part by part. They show in the book how to discern, to see the disgusting nature. Then you have to focus on the whole cause with open eyes, so you may be standing. So looking, focus to see the whole corpse as much as possible. Then you take notice of the disgusting nature of the corpse, and then you reflect, asupa continuously. So you have to reflect like that till you attain the acquired sign. So what is the acquired sign? We also call the learning sign. Yesterday I told you how to do that, the Adhyas, by reflecting in the Adhyas, the same thing. So in the Adhyasina meditation, we reflect on that Adhyas, that is based on the Adhyas. So you have to, with open eyes, you reflect Patavi until you can see that Adhyas with closed eyes, as you have seen with open eyes. If you can see that, we say you get the acquired image or the learning sign. You have to do the same thing now. see that corpse as you have seen with open eyes. So that is not easy to get that. Not just like to do the Abhidhamma meditation. It sounds very easy. You just focus on the others, just meditate mentally. What we seems very easy. But to get that acquired sign, you have to develop quite high concentration. So to develop that concentration in 1 hour, just imagine. It's very difficult, almost impossible. So now when you get that acquired sign, there's a danger there. Now there's a danger there. Because when the acquired sign, when you close your eye, the acquired sign appears. You see it, as we say, as you see the corpse now, as you have seen with open eyes. So when you see the corpse, it seems the corpse rises up and faces you. So some people, they get scared and they try to back up. The corpse follows it. So some people even run. So that you can become mad. You are afraid like that. So you say, you should know about the meditation in detail. So actually, before you meditate on the corpse, you have to see the surrounding. So what near the corpse, like a bush or like the anthill or something like that, you have to see them clearly. You have to know them clearly before you do meditation. Now when you think the corpses are chasing you, so at that time you should say, just like those anthill, the bush, they cannot follow me. So this corpse cannot follow me. So it must be the learning sign. So if you know about the learning sign, then you should be very happy. So instead of getting frightened, now I get the learning sign. So after you get the learning sign, don't go back yet. So you should not be close eyes, you should continue your meditation. At least to make that learning sign to be stable. Otherwise, while you are going back, it may disappear. If it disappears, you have to come back again. You meditate on this again. So you stand there and try to meditate. So if possible, you meditate till you get the counter sign. That will be much better, you see. So the acquired sign is just like the original corpse. So very ugly, very frightening. Now when you get the counter sign, the sign becomes quite pleasing. No longer frightening, because your mind has come down when you get the acquired sign. So at that time, remember we say you already attained purity of the mind. Purity of the mind, all defilements are already subsided. So at that time, so you see the counter sign as a plump, fat person sleeping after eating with his fork. So it's no longer frightening. So if possible, you just continue meditating on that counter sign until you get the first jhana. But that will be very difficult. So usually you have to come back. When even the acquired sign, you have to come back. So you have to meditate on this sign as much as possible while you are walking back to your place. Then you have to, when you get to your place, you continue meditating on that until you get the counter sign. And then you can develop the first jhana by meditating on that counter sign. So when you attain the first jhana, we say you attain the perception of foulness. So in Pali we say asubha sanya. Sanya is perception. Asubha is the foulness. So perception of foulness. So that means when you get that, as soon as you close your eyes, you can recollect, remember this, the counter sign or the dead corpse. So whenever you close your eyes, you can see it. So that means you can suppress the lust not to arise in you. So when a person who has this perception of foulness, as he can suppress his lust, that greed not to arise in the mind. So his mind is no longer wandering towards various sense objects, and then he will behave as a become very serene and very calm, and then he can control his mind very well. So he becomes like an arhat. So that means when he undertook the vipassana meditation. So since you have already subdued this lust, brother, you can progress very well.
咁教授咧就跟住講咧點樣去修呢個不淨觀啦。咁其實佢就話咧喺呢個清淨道論嗰度咧都有好詳細咁樣解釋點樣去修嘅。咁佢而家呢度都好簡單講翻係點樣做啦。咁首先你要有一個老師，有個導師去教啦。咁然後咧你就要揾一個合適嘅屍體嚟去做嘅。咁咧男眾咧就要揾翻男嘅屍體啦，女眾就要揾女嘅屍體嘅。咁然後咧你就要去一個墳墓咁樣嘅地方去收嘅。咁當然你都要同墳場嘅主管嘅人係熟絡啦。咁譬如變咗你要揾，譬如你話要揾一個排像上嘅屍體，咁佢就可以幫你揾呢一類型嘅屍體啊，諸如此類咁樣。咁咧另外你就要單獨去嘅，即係你去到咧就冇其他人喺度嘅。咁所以都可能幾驚嘅。咁喺你收集呢個不淨觀之前咧，其實咧都要做一做其他嘅禪修啦，例如四護衞禪嘅，咁就包括有呢個佛隨念啦。咁佛隨念咧就係我哋係去思考，即係諗翻佛陀嘅功德嘅。咁我哋就所以去做呢個不淨觀之前咧，我哋就不停咁樣做一個佛隨念，去諗佛嘅功德咧，直至到咧係有格行定嘅出現嘅。咁然後咧，我哋即係有啲去到呢個收到呢個佛隨念之後咧，我哋先至去呢個墳墓。咁然後咧，即係因為做住呢個佛隨念啦，我哋就好似同佛陀一齊咁樣去嗰度㗎啦。咁然後咧，去到個屍體呢個地方嘅時候咧，咁我哋同個屍首嘅距離咧，就都要保持唔好太遠，又唔好太近嘅。因為如果太遠嘅話咧，你又睇得唔清楚，點樣收得觀得唔清楚啦。咁但係如果你太近咧，你會好臭，又好難嘅。咁大約2至3尺度啦。咁然後咧，你就係要成個屍體咁樣去觀咧，就係逐忽咁樣由頭到腳，由腳到頭咁樣去睇啦。然後由成個屍首咁樣去專注咁去睇嘅，去觀察嘅。咁好專注，盡量咁專注啦。咁然後咧，留喺心裏邊咧，就係去諗住，即係去諗住係好不淨嘅。即係幾咁核突啊，幾咁不淨咁樣，咁一路咁樣去咧，去諗呢個不淨啦，直至到係有呢個取相嘅。咁其實咧呢個取相咧，即係琴日都有提到咧，就係好似呢個地片咁樣啦。咁我哋收佢地片嘅時候咧，你開頭係擘大眼望住啦，咁睇住地片地大咁樣睇住。咁然後咧到你合埋眼嘅時候咧，其實你都仍然係可以睇到嗰個地大嘅。咁同樣咧，不淨觀都係嘅，你睇住個屍體咧，你會睇住不淨即係好核突咁樣。咁咧就直至到你合埋個眼嘅時候咧，你都仍然係睇到嗰個屍體好似你擘大眼嘅時候咁嘅。咁做地片嘅時候就其實幾容易啦。咁大約可能1個鐘度就已經得㗎啦。咁但係即係可以去 concentrate 即係去專注1個鐘啦。咁但係如果做呢個不淨觀咧，咁其實去到有呢個取相嘅時候咧，都可以幾危險嘅。因為當你合埋眼咧，你都好似彷彿睇到個屍體，好似擘大眼咁睇到個屍體啦。咁好似睇到個屍體係企咗起身對住你嘅。咁有啲人咧就會好驚咁樣嘅，咁又會可能想走啊，因為個屍體會追住你咁樣。咁所以咧所以其實我哋要好明白呢個禪修點樣去觀呢個屍體啦。咁譬如可能咧喺我哋去做呢個不淨觀之前咧，我哋要留意周圍嘅環境啦，譬如嗰度嘅山水啊、樹木啊等等，咁好清楚了解到嗰個環境咧。咁我哋知道嗰啲山啊、水啊、樹木啊都唔會追住我哋嘅。咁同樣地咧，個屍體咧一樣唔會係咁樣追住我哋嘅咯。咁跟住我哋繼續咁樣去修啦，直至到嗰個相咧係好穩定嘅。咁但係咧唔好走住喎，因為如果你一走咧，咁可能你翻到去你發覺 到呢個取向嘅時候，咁佢再翻去收到佢哋有初禪咁樣，咁直至到咧佢哋有呢個不淨相嘅。咁如果收到呢個不淨相嘅時候咧，佢哋就可以係壓抑到佢哋嘅欲啦，即係欲，即係頭先講瓜格啦，就等呢個欲咧就唔會再升起嘅喺個心裏邊。咁如果收到咁嘅時候咧，我哋嘅心咧就唔會話好似走嚟走去咁啦，即係會因為即係各樣嘅出現嘅即係正嘅嘢，好似走嚟走去啦。咁我哋就可以咧，好似一個阿羅漢咁樣咁平和嘅，咁平靜嘅。咁當我哋收到可以咁樣壓抑到嗰個欲嘅時候咧，我哋就可以做呢個內觀啦。咁而亦都可以因此而即係進步得好快。
So as this the meditation on calmness is very, very beneficial. So we should do it actually. And like in our calm meditation center, so the teacher, they teach this meditation. So it can be done very easily, very easily. So the way they do is, so you try to meditate on mindfulness of breathing until you attain the fourth jhana. So the fourth jhana is equivalent to fifth jhana. And I think you're clear, you understand about the 4 jhana method and the 5 jhana method. And some of you still have not clear understanding. So on page 159 of this book, the Abhidhamma Course, you can just have a look. So on page 159, so at the top we give you the table 5.1. Your method of counting Rupa Vajra Jhana. So on the left column, we describe the jhana factors. So you know there are 5 jhana factors. So vitakka, tak is vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekagata. You know that, so you can also put up the chapter number 1 about the changes. So when you attain the first jhana, when we say when you attain the first jhana, so remember these 5 jhana factors, vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekagata. So when you attain the first jhana, all these 5 jhana factors are present and they are fully developed, so they can suppress those hindrances, not arise in the mind. So we say you attain the purity of the mind and also you attain the jhana state. So when the jhana factors are very strong, so this ekagata, the ekagata, so the 5th jhana factor becomes very strong and it unites your consciousness and mental factors harmoniously and focus them on that counter-sign. So your mind will remain focused on that counter-sign for 1 hour, 2 hours, easily. So that is we call the first jhana. Now after you attain the first jhana, then when you go to the second jhana, so if you eliminate only vitakka, so you have 4 jhana factor. So in that table, we show in the second column, the 5 jhana method. So and now you go down for the first jhana. So in the 5 jhana method, we go in the first jhana. Also in the 4th jhana method, we go in the first jhana, and there is the 3rd column. And in the 4th column is the name of Rupa plane, where this person will be born and he dies. So the Rupa plane is also called the first jhana plane. So here no difference, no difference. So now when we go down, on the next slide, we eliminate vitakka. So we have only 4 jhana factors, vichara, piti, sukha, ekagata. So we call it second jhana in the 5 jhana method. In the 4 jhana method, this jhana does not exist. And also there is no name for the rupa plane where this person will be born. Then we go down another line. So now we also eliminated vichara. So we have only 3 jhana factors, piti, sukha, ekagata. So now you call this the 3rd jhana in the 5 jhana method. But in the 4 jhana method, we call it the 2nd jhana. Because after you attain the 1st jhana, so in the 4th jhana method, so we eliminate vitaka, vichara simultaneously. So most people can do it. So when you eliminate vitaka, vichara simultaneously, so you have the 2nd jhana with only these 3 jhana factors. So you can see the 3rd jhana of the 5 jhana method is identical with the 2nd jhana of the 4 jhana method. They are the same. And then the rupa plane, where that person is born, is also called 2nd jhana plane. So that being this 4 jhana method is the common method. So like in Power Meditation Center, so many people can develop these jhana. So all these people, almost all of them, after attaining the 1st jhana, they can eliminate vitaka, vichara simultaneously. So there is the common method. So in Sutta Pitaka, so they describe only in the 4 jhana method. So when we say the Buddha himself, he used the 4th jhana for the foundation of his vipassana meditation. So now what is the 4th jhana? We go down. So then after that you eliminate piti. So you get only upekka, ekagata, 2 jhana factor. So this is called the 4th jhana in 5 jhana method. And it is called the 3rd jhana in the 3rd jhana method. And the rupa plane, where this person is going to be born after death, is also called the 3rd jhana plane. So the jhana planes also, they took the 4 jhana method for naming this 4 jhana, the jhana plane. Then we go down again. So now we eliminate sukha. So instead of sukha, we put in upekka, ekagata. Upekka is equanimity or neutral feeling. And ekagata is one-pointedness. So only 2 jhana practice. So we call this the 5th jhana in the 5 jhana method. But we call it the 4th jhana in the 4 jhana method. And the person, when he dies, he will be born in the 4th jhana of rupa plane, the Brahma plane. So when we say the 4th jhana in the 4 jhana method, we should understand it is identical with the 5th jhana that we describe in Abhidhamma here, the 5th jhana here. So the 5th jhana also contains only upekka, ekagata as fundamental factor. So you please try.
頭先就講咧，就其實修養靜觀咧係非常之有益嘅。咁佢話我其實應該都要去修嘅。咁喺柏奧嘅實修中心咧，佢哋都有教嘅，咁亦都係好容易可以做到嘅。咁首先係要做之前咧，我哋就要收集呢個觀呼吸啦，即係咁就安波練觀呼吸咧，就係去到4禪啦。咁4禪咧，亦都即係其實係經嗰邊就叫4禪啦，喺內嗰邊咧就係阿毗達摩咧就講5禪嘅。咁其實咁跟住教授就話，因為可能有啲同學咧未必好分得清楚4禪同5禪嗰個分別咧，咁所以就睇翻第159頁咧，咁嗰度咧就係有講有2個唔同嘅方法去計算，即係點為之4禪，點為之5禪嘅。咁如果你睇第159頁咧，你會睇到咧佢有幾行啦嚇。咁就第一行咧就係即係打直嗰行咧就係 jhana factor， 即係禪知人㗎啦。咁跟住就隔離嗰行咧就係嗰個5禪嗰方嘅數嘅方法啦。再隔離咧就係4禪數嘅方法，同埋最後嗰個咧就色界嘅右邊幾 是喜樂同埋心一境性嘅。咁呢5樣嘢咧，喺呢5個禪師咧，喺不論係第5經教嗰個方法咧，或者係論嗰個方法咧，都係一樣嘅。咁都係叫做初禪嘅，而喺色界嘅都係叫做初禪。咁而去到第2行啦，打橫第2行咧，你就會發覺係冇咗尋嘅，咁即係話淨係得字啦、喜啦、樂同埋心一境嘅，一境心嘅。咁喺論嗰個即係打直第2行嗰度咧，論咧佢哋就嗰個方法咧就叫做二禪嘅。但係如果喺經嗰個方法咧，就佢係冇一個名稱俾佢嘅，而喺色界嗰度咧亦都係冇名稱嘅。咁呢個只係其實喺論嗰度先用叫做二禪嘅。咁然後咧去到第3行啊，打橫第3行咧，又再少多一樣嘢嘅，就係變咗只係得喜啦、樂同埋心一境心嘅。咁喺論嗰邊咧，佢就叫呢個做3禪啦。喺經即係4禪嗰個方法咧，就叫呢個做2禪嘅。而喺色界咧，呢個亦都係2禪嘅。咁我哋再睇落一行啦，就係呢個只係得樂啦同埋一境心嘅。咁喺論嗰邊咧，佢哋叫呢個做4禪嘅。喺經嗰邊咧，呢個係叫3禪嘅。即係頭先即係佢哋少咗一個，所以呢個係3嘅。咁然後喺色界咧，呢個都係3禪嘅。咁去到最後一行啦，咁就係今次咧就冇咗個樂，但係咧就會有咗個捨喺度嘅。咁捨嘅禪師啦，再加埋一境心嘅。咁喺論嗰邊咧，佢哋叫做5禪；喺經嗰邊咧，佢哋叫做4禪；而喺色界咧，一樣係4禪嘅。
So, by meditating on your in-breath and out-breath, if you can develop the full jhana, then you can meditate all other meditations very easily. So all other meditations are within your reach. So within your reach, as you can meditate on them very easily. So it's better not to do it. So now, in our Bhav meditation center, when the meditator attains the full jhana, and then he wants to do the meditation on the bhavas, then he just develop that full jhana first. You come out the jhana, then you try to recall 8 dead corpses that you have seen, maybe very long ago. So anytime you have seen, so at that time, this time, you can recall them. Because when you attain the full jhana, we found that that person attains, like we say, photographic memory. Photographic memory means they have very good memory. So they have seen that corpse before. Now if they just recall it, the corpse appear in front. So they develop, when you develop the full jhana, so the full jhana already gets very bright penetrative light. So if you recall that dead person, it appears in that light. So as you have seen before, it will appear there. So then you already get the learning sign. Then you can meditate on the foundation of the corpse, then you can develop the first jhana very easily. Very easily. So even if you have not seen any corpse, you cannot recall it. So don't worry, like in our meditation center, in the Monya as well in Nyanggo. So we hang the corpse of the person, the skeleton. So all complete skeleton. So they are put in places and hang there, in the center. So you can just go it, just the number 10. The number 10 corpse is skeleton, we say. So you can, so as you have already attained the full jhana, so to develop the first jhana is very easy. So just you meditate on that corpse. So the focusing on the disgusting nature, the foulness of the corpse, reflect Asubha. And about just one the meditation, then 1 hour or 1.5 hours, you get the first jhana. So you already not successful. So you attain the perception of powerless, which suppress the lust very, very well. So then after that you go to Vipassana meditation. It's very better. It's very easy.
咁咧教授就話咧，首先咧我哋要做呢個觀呼吸啦。因為如果能夠做到呢個觀呼吸咧，係去到4禪咧，咁其實之後咧我哋要修其他唔同嘅業處咧，都非常之唔同嘅類型嘅禪修咧，都非常之容易嘅。咁所以喺柏奧嗰個禪修方法咧，咁禪修者咧，首先就要收到去4禪啦，即係用觀呼吸嘅方法。咁然後咧，佢如果之後想收呢個不淨觀咧，佢就要去咗4禪先啦，然後咧就再出翻嚟，出翻嚟，然後咧再去做呢個不淨觀嘅。咁佢點做咧？就係佢可以去記翻起、回憶翻起佢以前曾經見過嘅屍體啦。咁然後即係佢曾經見過㗎啦。因為佢已經到咗4禪啦，咁所以咧，其實喺4禪嗰度咧，佢係會有一個叫 photographic memory，即係好似即係嗰個記憶力係非常之好，好似見到啲嘢好似睇見啲相咁樣，好清晰嘅。咁佢因為有呢個咁清晰嘅記憶咧，咁所以佢會記得翻佢以前見過嘅屍體咧，就好似喺佢眼前咁樣嘅。因為呢個4禪咧就係一個非常之光好光嘅光咁樣啦，咁所以咧你係可以得到呢個取相嘅。咁就算 OK 嘅，可能你話你從來都未見過屍體嘅喎，咁點算咧？咁如果喺柏奧嘅禪修地方咧，佢哋咧都有掛咗一啲骸骨skeleton 喺度嘅。咁所以咧如果係咁嘅時候，你可以走去睇翻嗰個骸骨啦，咁跟住就可以做呢個骸骨嗰個不淨觀嘅第10樣咧，你會睇到係骸骨嘅骨相咧叫做。咁你喺度睇住佢啦，或者回憶翻嗰個屍首咧，咁你就會去到好快咧，好容易就去到初禪嘅。咁因為你會喺度一路諗住不淨好核突咁樣，喺度不淨咁樣咯。咁你可能係做1個鐘啦，或者個半鐘，咁就能夠達到初禪嘅。咁亦都即係去到呢個不淨相。咁然後到你去到不淨相嘅時候咧，你就可以開始做內觀呢個境界啦。
Go to the third group of meditation. So we call 10 recollections. Recollections in Pali we call anusati. Anusati means repeated reflection or constant mindfulness. So Buddha anusati is repeated recollection of the Buddha's virtues. So there are 9 virtues of the Buddha, so you can even choose just one. The first one we call Arahant. Arahant is the first one. So this Arahant means Buddha is the holiest person as he has eradicated or destroyed or discarded all defilements completely, and thus he is worthy of veneration by men and gods. And because it's worthy of veneration, so here in Greek we say the Buddha is the worthy one. So, or if you want to take the next the attribute, that is Samma Sambuddho, so the Buddha is fully enlightened by himself. So you can use any one. So just you reflect repeatedly on this one attribute, Arahant. So again, we first go on first. So Dhammanusti, well, again I better describe this, how it is done. So again, in the Visuddhimagga, we describe in detail how to reflect on these virtues. So first you reflect on all the times. Then you choose not the one, anyone that you like best. So mostly we choose the Arahant, the easiest one. So when you meditate it, you can sit in front of the Buddha statue. The Buddha statue, all the Buddhas painting. So when you focus your attention on the Buddha statue, and then you reflect Arahant, Arahant, Arahant. And actually, we have to take notice of this attribute, Arahant, Arahant. So the Buddha's picture, the Buddha's statue is just to help you, to recollect the Buddha's virtue very well. For example, if our parents pass away, if you look at the photograph of our parents, then you remember all the good deeds that your parents had done to you. So in the same way, we just try to Buddha. So to look at the Buddha, though we look at the Buddha, actually, we are paying attention to this attribute. The attribute is the important one. So Arahant, the Buddha is the noblest and most worthy of veneration. The Buddha is the noblest and most worthy of veneration. That will be enough. So just by reflecting on this, you can develop up to the neighborhood concentration. Neighborhood concentration is also called the right concentration. So if you get the neighborhood concentration, your mind becomes pure. So when your mind becomes pure, you can proceed to the vipassana if you wish to. But again here, when you reflect on the Buddha's attribute, so from the beginning, without doing any other meditation, it would take very, very long time. Very long time to get this upon itself. We say the neighborhood concentration. The neighborhood concentration. So it's easier again. So we develop the fourth jhana in Anapana state. Then only you do this Buddha state. So in that case, so just like in the meditation hall, we are sitting with other people together. Then you develop the fourth jhana first. Then again, when the fourth jhana radiates very bright penetrative light, then you try to recollect a Buddha statue that you have seen any place and that you like best. So as soon as you recall it, that Buddha statue will appear. And then, how shall he told the meditators. So when you see the Buddha statue like that, you make a wish, he said, if I have seen the Buddha in my previous life, let me see the real Buddha now. So that statue will turn into the real Buddha that you have seen before. So even if the Buddha, the image, the real Buddha didn't appear, you regard that statue, the Buddha statue, to be real Buddha. And then you reflect Arahant, Arahant, Arahant. So as you have already attained the fourth jhana, and now you come out of the fourth jhana, so when you come out of the fourth jhana, your concentration is just below that fourth jhana, just at the entrance of the fourth jhana. So much higher than the third jhana and second jhana and first jhana. So that means, based on your fourth jhana, if you reflect, so in 1 hour you attain the neighborhood concentration in Buddha state, that means you are already successful. Already successful. And we say this meditation is also very, very beneficial. So while you are reflecting on the attributes of the Buddha, so you develop moral minds by millions. So you get millions of moral karma every second. And then, as you reflect on the attitude of the Buddha, you develop faith in the Buddha. So your faith will rise. Your mindfulness will become very good. And then your wisdom will also become good. Your effort becomes stronger. So these are good preparation for undertaking vipassana. And another the benefit is both your mind and body admiration for other people to worship you, actually. So when you are with the Abhidhamma Buddha there, you also feel, oh, you are with the Buddha, you are with the Buddha. So you are not afraid of any ghost or any frightening thing. So those people who are afraid of ghosts, they should do this Buddha thing. What protection? So you are with the Buddha. So you won't do any bad things anymore. Then, and also when you can develop all this like the mindfulness, faith, and then like the effort, and you get also the great joy. Then at that time, only moral minds arising, and moral minds will not arise in you. So that is the Buddha state. Okay.
好啦，咁咧就而家跟住咧教授咧就跟住講咧就係呢個十隨念嘅。咁佢咧第一樣咧第一個十隨念嘅第一個咧就係叫十隨念嘅。咁十隨念嗰度咧其實係講佛陀咧係有9種功德嘅。咁喺千字部論嗰度咧都有教佢哋點樣做嘅。咁呢9種功德咧就係包括第一個咧就係呢個阿羅漢啦。跟住咧就係等正覺者、明行足、善逝、世間解、無上士、調御丈夫、天人師、佛同埋世尊嘅。咁教授咧就頭先都有講一下點樣去修呢一個佛隨念啦。咁佢就舉呢個第一個功德咧，即係呢個阿羅漢咧，做一個例子點樣去做嘅。咁佢就話啦，首先咧，即係平時條道論嗰度咧，就會教我哋咧，首先就係去諗翻呢9種功德啦。咁然後揀其中一種嘅，咁通常就會揀阿羅漢呢個，因為呢個較為容易去入手嘅。咁我哋做法咧就係首先喺個佛像前面坐低啦，咁然後就係專注喺個佛像啦，然後就喺度諗住阿羅漢咁樣，同埋就係諗住佢阿羅漢呢個佢當中有啲咩特性係包含喺裏邊嘅。咁望住個佛像咧，其實係幫助我哋去憶念翻諗翻佛陀嘅呢啲功德嘅。咁其實有啲似我哋譬如可能睇住見父母嘅相啊，或者親人嘅相，咁其實都係幫到我哋會憶念到佢哋嘅。咁當我哋睇住佛嘅佛像嘅時候咧，我哋就係注意住佢嘅嗰啲特性啦。就譬如佛陀佢係最崇高啦，最值得尊敬嘅。咁一路喺度諗住咧，咁直至到咧係去到有呢個近行定嘅。咁即係亦都係我哋所謂嘅正定嚟嘅。咁然後由嗰度係得到正定嘅，即係近行定咧就可以去做內觀嘅。咁但係咧，教授就話咧，做呢個咁樣嘅佛隨念咁樣諗佛陀嘅特性咧，其實係要用好長嘅時間先做到近行定嘅。咁所以佢就認為咧，都係仍然咧都係要做翻安般念，係做到去4禪之後，有咗4禪啦，就正如頭先講，我哋就會有個好強嘅好滲透嘅強光咁樣咧。咁有咗呢種咁嘅光咧，我哋先至再去做翻佛隨念，去諗翻譬如諗翻起我哋以前見過嘅佛像啦，即係譬如我最喜歡某個佛像，係諗翻憶念翻佢，咁樣嚟做呢個佛隨念咧，就會有效好多嘅。咁佢教授亦都提到咧，帕奧沙耶朵啦，即係帕奧禪師咧，佢咧就都會教人哋咧，當你做緊呢個佛隨念嘅時候，你都係可以即係做一個呢個 wish 咯，即係決意啦，就係譬如話等我見到一個即係俾我而家就可以見到真實嘅佛陀啦咁樣。咁你當時你睇住嗰個你見到嘅相咧，就係佢哋彷彿好似即係變咗一個即係真實嘅佛陀，咁你就可以當佢係一個真實嘅佛陀咁去尊敬嘅。咁當你離開咗4禪啦，咁其實你就算離開咗4禪咧，你嘅專注力咧雖然係低過4禪，但係其實咧係高過初禪、2禪同3禪嘅。咁所以其實都仍然係非常之嗰個專注力好強嘅。咁喺嗰陣時咧，你去做呢個佛隨念啦，譬如做大約1個鐘度啦，咁你已經係可以好成功㗎啦。咁 呢一個咁嘅禪修方法咧係非常之有益嘅，因為當你喺度做嘅時候咧，你係會有好多善業咧，就係即係數以萬億、百億、百萬億咁好多咁樣就升起啦。咁亦都佢會增加到我哋對佛陀嘅信心啦，增強我哋嘅我哋嘅覺知啦，我哋嘅覺知能力啦，我哋嘅effort 咧，即係個精進力咧都會增強嘅。咁另外一啲嘅好處咧，就係包括譬如我哋嘅身心咧都會係好似係即係沉咗落去呢個即係佛陀嘅功德嗰度咧。咁所以咧，我哋其實都變得咧即係好殊勝咁樣嘅即係令到人哋都會睇見到好似見到你同佛陀一齊咁樣咯。咁所以咧你做呢個佛隨念咧，其實係令到你好似即係經常好似同佛陀一齊咁樣，你就唔需要譬如害怕，譬如驚鬼啊，驚即係頭先講嗰啲夜叉諸如此類嗰啲咁所以怕鬼嘅人咧，就更加係需要修呢個佛隨念嘅，因為佢會幫到你修你嘅覺知啦，又會令到你好即係好愉悅啊，同埋有好多嘅善念啦，都係善業咁樣係提升咗嘅。
So the next one is Dhamma Nusti. Dhamma Nusti is recollection of the virtues of the Dhamma. So there are 6 virtues of the Dhamma. I mentioned briefly here. So again, you can choose any one, and then you recollect, so that again you can also develop the Niru concentration. And the third one is Sangha Nusati. Sangha Nusati is reflection, recollection of the virtues of the Sangha. So you can, when you recollect the virtue, again there are 9 virtues of the Sangha, you can choose any one. And you can visualize like the Sariputta, the right hand cheek side of the Buddha. So just recollect only the attribute. And again you can develop only up to neighborhood concentration. Sila Nusti is recollection of the virtue of your morality. So you keep your morality and you reflect on the virtues of your morality. Jaga Nusti, Jaga means almsgiving, the same as Jana. So recollection on the virtues of one's offering. So you try to give the donation quite generously, and then you recollect on the virtues of that you are offering. Devata Nusti is recollection of one's virtue, similar to deities' virtues. So we give here the example, the way how we reflect. Those deities, they are born in the celestial realm, in such exalted state, on account of their good qualities, that is the faith. Faith is saddha, morality is sila, charity is, we refer to the jaga or dana. And then knowledge is sutta, not knowledge. And this knowledge is the knowledge of the teaching of the Buddha, and also the wisdom, and moral shame, envy, and moral dread, the ottappa. So these are the 7, the virtues of an upright person. So these, those people who have these virtues, when they die, they became dark deities. I too possess this virtue. Then you reflect on your own virtues such as faith, morality, etc. Okay.
好啦，咁跟住咧，教授咧就講另外嗰幾種，頭先講十隨念啦，咁其餘嗰啲咧就有嘅第二個咧就係法隨念嘅。咁法隨念咧就有6種嘅功德嘅，咁嗰6種咧就係有善説啦、自見、無時的、來見的、引導的、智者覺自正知的。咁佢咧就係即係我哋就喺度一路憶念，我可能又好似頭先咁咧，我哋揀其中嗰啲佛陀功德，我哋揀其中一個我哋喜歡嘅，然後就做一個憶念嘅。咁第3個咧就叫增隨念嘅。咁增隨念咧就係憶念呢個僧伽啦，或者係即係所謂嘅西 世尊嘅聲聞眾啦嚇，佢哋嘅聲聞弟子嘅善行嘅，咁同樣咧就係一路咁憶念，至到係去到近行定嘅。咁第四種咧就叫戒隨念啦，即係戒定為嗰個戒啦。咁呢個咧亦都係等我哋去憶念我哋自己嘅即係個戒行啊，我哋嘅德行啊咁樣嘅。咁然後咧第五個咧就叫做捨隨念啦。捨隨念佢呢個卓格咧就係單拿嗰一樣，即係好似係布施啦，即係同個意思係去布施，好慷慨咁樣去布施嘅。咁跟住嗰個咧就係叫做天隨念嘅。咁天隨念咧佢就舉嗰個例子咧就係即係好似天人咁樣啦。咁譬如我哋睇到咧天人咧，佢哋係就係會因為佢哋嘅信心啦，佢哋嘅德行啦，佢哋嘅慷慨啊、智慧啊，對即係會對道德即係不道德嘅咁嘅羞恥啊等等啦。咁佢哋因為有呢啲嘅